What's up, everybody? It is Pray for Wolves, and today I just wanted to talk about music, honestly. My number one thing that's been on rotation as of late has been Mayhem by Lady Gaga. This is my second copy, actually. I have two copies of this. One of the copies is in my car right now, and this is just like my backup CD. I don't know. I'm never going to open it. I'm just going to keep it brand new. It does have a bonus track on here. For some reason, I guess Target is like where you buy physical music now. Because I also have a couple other things here from Target too that I've been listening to as well. But I'd have to say that Mayhem has been my number one rotation. There are so many fucking good songs on this album that I can't even like fathom it. Especially, I really love like the lead singles. So like Disease and Abracadabra are fantastic. Garden of Eden is fantastic. Perfect Celebrity kind of grew on me after a while. Vanish Into You is like so beautiful, man. Like I cannot get over how beautiful it is. And it's so funny because like the lyrics of like Vanish Into You are like soul grabbing. They just like grab you by the soul and they force you to feel something. And then it follows up with Killa, which is an amazing song. But it's like you go from like crying and like getting into your feelings, and it's like, nah, bitch, now you gotta dance. It's just like, come on, dude, how are you gonna bring me on this emotional roller coaster? But I would say that a majority of the album is kind of like, I don't know how I would say, like a funky, groovy type of sound. But then you do have like the dark synth pop, more style of like Disease and Abracadabra at the beginning. I do like that she put Die With a Smile with Bruno Mars. I do like that she put that in at the end. And it's right after Blade of Grass, which is an absolutely beautiful song. And I actually watched like a little bit of the Howard Stern interview that Gaga did recently. And she talks about how her husband gave her like a Blade of Grass ring. And she shows the ring on the show and it looks fucking cool, man. Like that is a badass. I think that's the engagement ring, but either way, How Bad Do You Want Me is probably my favorite song on the album. A lot of people online say it's like a Taylor Swift ripoff song, which I'm totally okay with because it sounds absolutely fantastic. Zombie Boy, another phenomenal song that I absolutely love on this album. The Beast is also a song that's growing on me as well. There's a couple tracks like Shadow of a Man, Kill for Love, Don't Call Tonight that are still kind of, I'm letting them kind of sit with me before I give like a final judgment. They haven't like quite clicked with me yet, but I will say that like a majority of this album has clicked with me. So I'm definitely enjoying it as a Gaga fan. I'm really loving this album. And I do like the alternate artwork as well. This is not like the streaming artwork. It's alternate. I think it looks pretty good. And then I'm still getting into this album. I haven't really listened to it much, but I do like, this is one of the reasons I just love K-pop. So this is Rose. I think how you say her name is Rose. I think, or just Rose. But this is Rosie. This is her album here, her debut solo album, and I really like how, like with K-pop in general, I feel like K-pop is always so extra, man. Like they go all out. Because I mean, dude, look at this shit. Like these are all the different covers for the album, and they're all printed on like these super high quality like note card things. Like the paper that they print these things on is super high quality, and there are so many like different alternate covers. And I feel like only K-pop goes this extra and goes this all out, because I feel like no other genre of music really just gives you this amount of like content and quality with the packaging, with the presentation. There's so much to be said. And then they got this big ass poster. Like, dude, I have the what is it? It's like the limited edition. It's the black version or the pink version of Born Pink, the last Blackpink album with the fangs on it. And they have like a big poster for that and a bunch of like extra stuff. Like every time I buy a physical K-pop album, it's got so much like random little shit for the fans. And I love that, man. And I feel like K-pop's they're the only type of albums that still do that. I feel like albums in general used to do that way more in like the early 2000s. But I mean, look at this shit, dude. This is crazy. It's absolutely crazy. I wish when I bought Mayhem by Gaga, I wish it would have come with shit like this. Because, dude, I don't know. Like, I'm not the biggest Rose fan. I do like Lisa a lot. I do think that like Rose and Lisa for sure are like the biggest solo members of the group. I really did enjoy the last album that they put out together, and I'm really excited to see what they do in the future. They're going on tour now, but the thing is like they're going to be coming to Chicago, and they're going to be going to Soldier Field. Now, I don't know if you guys know anything about Soldier Field, but Soldier Field is actually like a football field. And so that's where the Chicago Bears have been playing for, I think, the entire time they've been around for quite a long time. But I do know that like the Chicago Bears are either building in the middle of building like a new stadium, and then they're going to move to that stadium. So I think Soldier Field is kind of slowly being phased out. But I've noticed that they've started doing like a lot more concerts and stuff in Soldier Field. I'm actually planning on going to see ACDC, I think in May at Soldier Field, probably on their last tour ever. But I'm planning on going to see them. So it's going to be interesting. I don't really care for Soldier Field just because of like parking is a fucking nightmare and getting there is an adventure and it's a journey. I mean, it is kind of fun to make a day out of it like once or twice, but I don't know. It just gets old after a while. I've seen quite a few Chicago Bears games at Soldier Field, and it's a great experience, but getting there is just a pain in the ass every time. So I don't know how I feel about it being like a venue for concerts. I don't know. I don't think it really works that well. I can't imagine that like the sound, the acoustics of the arena would be like that good, especially being open air like it is. So that Blackpink is coming to Soldier Field sometime this like spring and summer, but I'm just not too crazy about that venue. I don't like Soldier Field. Um, I have been listening to this album. So this is Lisa's album. This is Alter Ego. I have to say, I know a lot of people hate on this album. A lot of people talk shit. I mean, look at the CD too. I like the CD has like the rounded corners as well. I think that's pretty cool. Typical like I don't know Asian CD box case here. I really like these songs, especially without the features. I think the features are kind of weak, but I know they do have like the alternate versions with no features. So like, what's one that's better without the feature? Rapunzel. Rapunzel is way better without fucking Megan the Stallion on it. I can't stand Megan the Stallion on that song, but the solo version is really good. And then Fuck Up the World. That's a great song without future. I like the solo versions way better. Rockstar is an awesome song. I do like Thunder as well. I think Thunder is really banging. What's another song I really like on this? Moonlit Floor is not bad, but I mean, it's a sample song, but still, it's not bad. But this one's really growing on me. I really enjoy this, and I think in terms of a solo album, for your first solo album, I think it's pretty good. But then another one of my favorite albums here, and I actually ordered this like straight off the website. This is Portals by Melanie Martinez. I have been a Melanie fan for a while. Here's the thing, though. I really loved Melanie's first album. I thought it was phenomenal. Cry Baby, I thought was fantastic. I just wasn't a fan of K through 12, and I was really excited for K through 12 when it was coming out. I think that was around. Oh god, that would have been around what 2017, 2016, 2017. Because I know there was a movie that was like the movie was like the companion to the album. So Melanie was making her second album, and she's like, "Hey, just to let y'all know, there's going to be a movie that's going to be coming out that's going to be like the companion to this album." And so I was super excited for the movie. And I think the movie was shot in South Africa, I believe, was where they filmed this thing at. So I was really excited going into it, but I watched like 20 or 30 minutes of it and I could not finish it because the acting was just so bad, dude. I mean, I tried to be like, okay, this is mainly like a music album, a movie type thing, but I don't know. I just couldn't get into it. The acting was so terrible for K through 12. I just couldn't get into the album either. Like aesthetically, I felt like she was trying too hard to like copy the vibe of the first album. And so like the aesthetic and the vibe she was going for the first album, like it worked. But when she tried to like do a very similar thing for the second album, it just didn't feel like different enough. However, this is her third album here, and look at that cover art too. I don't know if you guys can really see that. Um, this is Portals, and the cover art is just absolutely beautiful. I mean, it is just gorgeous. And I do have it to where I don't know if you can really pick it up on camera, but it like moves too. It's like a lithograph or whatever. But the whole like vibe, the aesthetic of this album is fantastic. Like the first 5 tracks are absolutely perfect. Death, Void, Tunnel Vision, Fairy Soiree, Light Shower, all amazing. I do like Spiderweb, and I do like Leeches as well. Leeches is a song that grew on me, which she just came out with a music video for Leeches, and I love that fucking music video to death. That is an incredible music video. Very beautiful. And then one of my favorite songs on the whole album, Battle of the Larynx. Beautiful song, absolutely beautiful song. Another one of my favorite songs is Evil. I love the song Evil. I love the song Moon Cycle. Moon Cycle is pretty great too. I'm laughing about what the song's about. Honestly, I love all the songs on this album. Nymphology is a great one. The Contortionist, like all the songs are solid in their own way. And this is a great album where you can just kind of listen to it from beginning to end, and just really vibe out to it. And really, I don't really skip any songs when I'm listening to this either. This is a sealed copy that I have. I just really love this album, and I wanted to have a CD version of it because I listened to it on streaming so much that I wanted to have it. But it was really great to see her kind of morph into this new era for her because, you know, as a fan from the outside looking in, it was like, the second album just wasn't really hitting for me. And I knew a lot of people, it wasn't hitting for them either. So to see her kind of rebirth her image and rebirth her artistry through this album, through all the crazy prosthetics and everything, it was giving like very, very Bjork vibes in a good way, though, like in a very good way in terms of her stage presence, in terms of just the fan interactions and the experience of going to see her live. I did not go and get to see her live on this for the Trilogy tour. I missed out on that, unfortunately, but she's definitely on my list that I need to see on tour. I'd say in terms of my list, it's like Gaga, Melanie Martinez, maybe Hannah Diamond too. I would love to see Hannah Diamond somehow. I probably would have to go to Europe for that. I want to see Pale Waves again, but once again, I'll probably have to go to Europe for that. Which at this point, I'm almost just considering saying fuck it and going and buying plane tickets and going to Europe. Same thing with like Kimbra. I want to see Kimbra again, but she only tours in New York State, so it's like fuck. I'd have to drive 13 hours, or I'd have to get on a plane. But yeah, this is one of my favorite albums that I've listened to recently. Really kind of blew me away. So Portals by Melanie Martinez, love it. I've been listening to a lot of like other artists too. Like James Charles is fantastic. I think James Charles has been killing it. Last year he released, I think, like 3 or 4 singles. I think he released one so far this year. I've been really loving James Charles music. I want him to release an album, and I want him to go on tour too, because I think a tour would be awesome. I would love to go see him live. I don't know how he is live, but based on like he did like a campfire live performance of a song he did called You Used to Love Me, I think. That's my favorite song by him by far. And I think his live performance was pretty good. So I would definitely be interested in seeing James on tour. Camila Cabello as well. I love her most recent album, which is CXOXO. And I've been listening to like the Magic City Deluxe edition of that, and it's really fantastic. Can Friends Kiss is one of my favorite songs on that. Hot Uptown with Drake is amazing. There's just so many good songs on that album, honestly. 20 somethings. And then I've been actually going back and listening to a lot of her older stuff too. I just recently gotten into Camilla, so I've been really kind of exploring her whole catalog and her discography. She's got a song, I think, on her first album. It's called All These Years, and it is one of my favorite songs that I've heard in the past couple of years. Like, it is so good. So I've really been getting into Camilla's discography lately. And yeah, I don't know. I've just been really vibing out with music lately. I don't know if you can see this in the background. I just got these. I wanted these like when I was a teenager, but I didn't have the money because I was a broke ass teenager. So yeah, I finally bought these. The Heartbeats by Lady Gaga. They're like these headphones that she made for Beats when they were still Beats by Dre. I've been listening to these a lot on my laptop. I do have an adapter for my phone as well, and they're pretty great, man. So I bought like some aftermarket, like what are they called? Memory foam tips from Comply, and I've really been vibing out with these lately. So I love these headphones. But yeah, this past year or so, like in terms of music that I've been discovering, it's just been really good vibes. I've been really finding a lot of artists that have been clicking with me and that I've been really just enjoying. I've been listening to a lot of like oh god, what's his name? Sam Smith. I've been listening to a lot of his discography that I've never listened to before, and also Kim Petras is amazing. I've been listening to a lot of her music as well. Um, there's just been so many artists. Oh, NF is another one. NF has so many good songs. So I've been listening to a lot of NF as well. Just a lot of artists in general. Speaking from like my own experiences, like music tends to be kind of like an up and down for me. So like I'll have a period of like a couple months where I'm really vibing with music, and then I just won't be finding anything that's really clicking with me. So I'll like start doing other things like I don't know, watching more TV. I'm usually not like a TV person. I'm usually not like a movie person or a video game person. So like when music isn't really hitting it for me, I'll like watch more TV or I'll watch more movies or I don't fucking know. Go outside, go for a run, go to the gym more, listen to more podcasts or like audiobooks and stuff like that. Maybe switch it up there. I find that I like switch back and forth. So it's like it's either like I'm obsessed with music and I'll just listen to music all the time, but then I'll have like months and months and months where all I'm doing is just listening to like podcasts and like books and audiobooks and shit. I've been listening a little bit to oh god, Elliot Page. I've been listening to his audiobook, and I think his audiobook is really good. I'm maybe like 2 hours into his audiobook. It's called Page Boy, and it's got like 6 hours left. And his book is so good. So I think I'm going to try and finish that here in the next couple weeks. I also have been listening to a lot of audiobooks that are Osamu Dazai books. So Osamu Dazai is a now considered to be a legendary Japanese author, but he was alive, I think, in the 30s and 40s, and he died of suicide. I think in the 40s or 50s he died of suicide. But he had a lot of really classic Japanese novels that are now considered to be classics. But one of them is called No Longer Human, which I listened to the audiobook for that. And then there's another one called Schoolgirl, which I want to get started on. I also have Schoolgirl, like physical copy as well. And then there's one more. It's called like The Setting Sun or something about the sun. And that's another one of his most famous works. But Osamu Dazai, I've really been enjoying his literature lately. Like I said, I'm listening to Elliot Page's his audiobook, which is cool because he actually narrates the whole thing. So that's kind of nice when the author themselves like narrates the book. And other than that, I've just been like saving a lot of audiobooks that I can find. So like, for example, there's a lot of like Star Trek Voyager audiobooks that I've been saving for later. One of them is actually read by the doctor from that show. And then there's another one read by the captain of Star Trek Voyager. I think Robert Picardo is the doctor. And then Kate Mulgrew is the captain from Star Trek Voyager, which is one of my favorite shows. So it's kind of cool to like expand that universe a little bit more with the audiobooks. And then there's like two extended universe like Alien and Predator books. One of them's called like Alien Phalanx, and it's like an alternate reality alien where like the aliens from the Alien movies like crash on this like medieval world where they don't have guns. And then the other one is called like Predator, and it's called Eyes of the Demon or something, and it's like a bunch of short stories in the Predator universe that are all like new stories. So yeah, I've been getting into audiobooks a little bit lately too. I'm just like a music nerd and like an audio nerd in general. So like audio equipment, recording equipment, whatever. Really big into it. And I really like connecting with people who are like music nerds and audio nerds like me. That's one of my favorite things about like going out to concerts and stuff too. And recently I've also been getting into like sports radio and like listening to basketball games on the radio or listening to hockey games on the radio. So yeah, just like an audio person in general. Um, I don't know. I guess I'm just rambling now, but yeah, that is my vlog about music for the day. I hope you guys are having a great week so far. Great start to your week. And I hope to see you on the next one. I know I haven't posted in a while, but I'm glad I could shoot a video today. Been really busy with IRL stuff, which if you are not busy with IRL stuff, I recommend you get busy with IRL stuff because that is how you better yourself, which is usually like I usually talk about like existential topics on this channel, but I guess today I wanted to do a little more lighthearted and just talk about music and nerdy shit. So, yeah. Anyway, God bless. Hope you guys are having a great one, and I will see you on the next video. Peace out.